Well, it's week 4 of the LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware's Day 2. And guess what? Evil Geniuses just beat Team Liquid, and Vulcan is here with me right now to talk about it. Do you think this means that you guys are undisputed the best team in the league right now?
No, because I think we're undisputed the best team in the world right now after this win. Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate that. It's like I thought it was here, and now we're going to go, okay. But getting back to the LCS specifically, are there any teams that you think are competitive with you? Like, do you think that anybody could take a couple games off of you, at least in a best of 3 or best of 5?
I think it would be TL. I feel like they're the best team, the biggest contender. I do think they haven't been playing as good as they usually do, which is nice because we get this win. But yeah, other than that, I feel like we kind of have 100 Thieves numbers these days, and we don't see them as much of a threat. I feel like C9 might be good eventually, but they're not quite there yet. And other than that, it's like we usually consistently beat the other teams, so I feel pretty confident saying we're the best, yeah.
Was there any concern when you saw the Bjergsen Zillion pocket pick come out?
A little bit of concern, but we did practice against it because we played that matchup in Scrims. I was going to say someone's name, but I'm not going to. Sure. But we got some practice into that matchup. Jojo did make a pretty big mistake early on and died to a gank, but it's something we saw. And also, I feel like with our champs, I feel like Yumi's pretty good into Zillion because my ult is like multi-target. We have Lissandro who can go on a lot of people, and same thing for Nar, so we can have the team fight like just be wild, and it's kind of hard to play Zillion when there's a lot of things going on at one time. So I think our draft was pretty good into him, so it wasn't too much of a worry.
I saw a tweet from Parth that had said Rigby just has the best drafts in the league over and over and over again. Do you think it's true? I mean, how much of you guys winning is because of the players, but also how much is because of the drafts and the coaching staff?
Yeah, I think our drafts has been consistently better, consistently good, and I think a lot of credit goes to him, but I also think obviously the players need to be able to pilot the champs that are drafted, so we're always going to, have a little bit more credit than he does, but he's been doing a very good job, Earl, that is, and I think our drafts are pretty good. I think we're playing them well, and I think we're very, we can do a lot of different strategies and stuff, so it makes Earl's job easier, and then he does a good job of, giving us a good situation to play the game well.
Is there ever any tension in the in scrims or whatever in terms of players not wanting to play certain champions, or them, I don't know, coaching staff being like, hey, we really should figure this out because this is how we're going to win, as if you guys can all play this for a draft? I mean, what's the relationship like there? Because I feel like there's been a lot of conversation about that in the past with previous teams.
Right. Well, sometimes Earl has an idea, or he saw something in LPL or LCK or LEC that was played, and you think it could be interesting, and he's like, maybe we should try this, and we're like, yeah, why not, and we'll try it out. Sometimes I think he has contacts in the LCK and same for Impact, so sometimes they get ideas from there as well, and we'll try things out. But sometimes we go into Champ Select, and then something happens, and the draft becomes a bit wild, and I'm sitting there in my chair okay, Earl, we're dodging this. We need to figure out what just happened here because this draft is unplayable, and then we'll dodge and make the other team angry, and give them what we call a dodge token, where since we did it, they're allowed, they get to dodge once too. Okay. So it's fair enough. I know fans have a very strong opinion about dodging Champ Select for whatever reason, and they're
early remakes too.
Yeah,
bad team fight.
Yeah, because we're not practicing correctly, which is funny because everyone's like, oh, Eastern, Asian culture, blah, blah, blah. And Asian teams, when you scrim them at Worlds and something goes wrong, they will pause and say AG, which stands for again, or I'm not sure if it's another game or again, but they will pause and say AG and leave instantly. They don't care what you think. They will be out of there. So, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay. So it's a global thing, not just, people should not just focus in on this. I think it was during week 3, that you led the pregame hype for Cloud9.
And then they lost.
Yeah. Was that intentional on your part? Did you intentionally try to overhype them or get them to a bad mental place?
I was trying to sabotage them, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's my ex, so usually,
you never want to see them do well.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, not too bad either because they're my friends, right? But there's a sweet spot in the middle where they're not doing too hot, not too poor.
Yeah. You want them to do well, but not better than you.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's okay. I understand. No, but okay, so you did that. You also, during the past 2 weeks, you had an unfortunate situation happen where I believe you got counter-ratioed by Peter after ratioing him incessantly. Right. Was that difficult for you? Maybe you can break down that moment for me on what that experience was like.
Well, I was getting complacent, with my ratios. I was always doing it very repetitively, and he saw his opportunity and he struck back. And I think it was bound to happen at some point. It was kind of a reality call to just get ratio like that. It doesn't feel good, right? But it also made me realize that I was being a bit annoying with my ratios. I had my notifications on for Doublelift.
I figured.
Yeah, and then every time he tweeted, I would just see the notification pop up on my phone, and I would just reply instantly. So I tuned it down a little bit for Doublelift specifically, but yeah, it was good that he put me in my place.
Okay, gotcha. Did you didn't? Was there a moment in time where you're like, now I have to figure out how to go bigger? Like, was there any part of you that wanted to escalate?
What's the next step?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the next step in an escalation war or in a escalating ratio war would be, but I don't know if you ever had that temptation.
I did, but at the same time, it'll be. I mean, it's kind of like the thing where if I keep doing this, it kind of seems like I'm trying to social climb maybe a little bit because he has so many more followers than I do, and it's like a bit climby, and there's like some people could see it that way that I'm like trying to get it off this 900K followers or something.
I love that one. You know how much he has. Two, I think that's completely fine. Like, this is what the LCS needs right now. Is like all you players that are still competing to just start vacuuming up the follow. You should start ratioing Bjerg. I mean, he never tweets, but you should start baiting tweets out of Bjergsen.
Yeah. No, you have a point. Yeah, because LCS is dying according to a lot of people. So maybe I should revive it by myself, just ratioing everyone.
I personally, I have this new belief that you should be one of the most popular players in the LCS because of how much work you put into like social media and just doing fun things, and obviously you're quite good at the game and you're on a winning team. Do you ever feel like you are one of the more popular players in the LCS?
Maybe. Well, one of the most populars, maybe, but like there's a bunch of people that are more popular. I think if I were to stream consistently, maybe that will help a lot because it's something I kind of struggle to do streaming. I don't like streaming very much, so that's not helping me. But yeah, why don't I have like 200K followers at this point? I won 3 trophies. In LEC, they win 1 trophy and they're like over 100K. Yeah.
It's because LCS is dying, apparently.
That's true. I mean, yeah, maybe I can go into content creation if you have an opening at some point.
So, I mean, we can figure something out. I'm looking for a new streamer. Do you have any availability?
I'll think about it.
Well, why do you dislike streaming so much, though? I mean, even if you just did it sometimes with Champions Queue.
I guess that would be fun. I would be fine streaming if I wasn't trying to entertain. I just feel like if I am to stream, I feel like this pressure to try and entertain people because I feel like they're all watching and they're like kind of expecting me to be funny, and I'll watch someone else stream and I'll be like, oh, wow, this person's funny. But then when I stream, I'm like, should I be doing something? Should I say a joke? And then I feel like this pressure of like, what should I do? Instead of, I guess I should be trying to just be myself, right? That's what everyone says when you're streaming. Maybe that would be chill, but I just feel like this pressure to try and be a good streamer.
Okay, I have a suggestion. What if instead of streaming yourself, and I know sometimes you're playing in the games themselves, but what if you were like a guest on Kobe's stream of Champions Queue? Like if you want to take a game off or something like that, you show up and you guys talk together about the games.
That could be chill. Yeah, I could probably do that.
This is a content idea I just came up with right now. You're welcome, Kobe, for committing you to this. Okay, anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Yeah, thanks for showing up in the studio. The fans have been very cool. It's very nice to have fans back because the past few years were a bit boring. So it's nice that everyone's back and everyone's out here hanging out and saying hi. It's pretty cool. And thanks for cheering for us. Hopefully we get another trophy. So.
We can get a shot of everybody because in the past I've talked about how it's dead, but it's a really good weekend. There we go. Yeah, one guy noticed. Okay, anyway, thank you so much, Vulcan, for the interview. Congrats on the win today. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. All right, I've decided to sit down to have this conversation with you because I feel like it'll hopefully create like a deeper connection, and then you will feel more incentivized to go through with the favor I'm asking you, which is to click the link in the description, alienware.com/Travis. It is actually very helpful because right now we're running like this test. I can't divulge the secrets. It's like a business thing. But it'd be very helpful for me if you click the link and then maybe decide to purchase something there. Well, after you click the link, there's a code as well. You can try that. It works on a lot of different stuff there. But thank you so much, Alienware, for sponsoring this content. And again, maybe we'll meet again like this.